Limited English Proficiency Policy Statement. The Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office is committed to providing equal opportunity in all programs, services, and activities to individuals who do not speak English as their primary language and who have a limited ability to read, write, speak, or understand English. Such individuals are referred to as Limited English Proficient, or LEP. Meaningful access to federally funded programs and activities is required by Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and its implementing regulations. Meaningful access to LEP individuals is provided in two ways: oral interpretation and written translation. Oral interpretation can range from on-site interpreters for critical services provided to a high volume of LEP persons to access through commercially available telephonic translation services. Written translation can range from translation of an entire document to translation of a short description of the document. The Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office fulfills this obligation by one or more of the following: hiring bilingual staff, hiring staff interpreters, translators, contracting for interpreters, translation services, using telephone interpreter lines, and/or using community volunteers. The Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office understands that the interpretation translation must be performed in a competent, confidential, ethical, and accurate manner at no cost to the LEP individual. We do not rely on you to provide an interpreter if you need an interpreter. If an LEP person requests to use a family member, friend, or other adult as an interpreter, the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office nevertheless makes the LEP person aware that the entity will provide a qualified interpreter at no cost to the LEP person. The entity respects the LEP person's choice of interpreters. If the LEP person chooses an adult family member, friend, or other adult to interpret instead of one provided by the entity makes a record of that decision. If the District Attorney's Office believes the interpreter selected by the LEP person is not competent or appropriate, we supplement with our own qualified interpreter. Minors should not act as interpreters unless there is an emergency situation and another interpreter is not immediately available. The Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office records the number and date of instances in which interpretation was offered, what service was offered, for example, staff, in-person contracted, telephone, etc., whether it was accepted or whether the LEP individual selected their own interpreter, and in what language group the service was needed. The Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office is mindful of any changing demographics and population trends on an annual basis to ensure awareness of the language needs in its service area. To assist us in complying with all applicable limited English proficiency rules, regulations, and guidelines, the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office LEP Coordinator is Ms. Jessica Strand, Victim Witness Director, Safety Building Room 405, 821 West State Street, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53233. Telephone 414-278-4646. Fax 414-278-1955. Teletypewriter 711. Email milwaukee.da@da.wi.gov. LEP customers are encouraged to ask for language assistance or discuss any perceived discrimination problems with her. Information about discrimination complaint resolution process is available upon request.